What's up everybody, welcome back to Garage Gym Gainz. Ricky here, and today we're talking about the Mutant Metals Ultimate Dip Attachment. Here it is in all its glory. I went with the red. I went back and forth for a little while trying to decide what color. I wasn't sure if the red was gonna be too bright. I didn't want a real bright like fire truck red. I wanted more of a dark red that would match kind of the color scheme that I have going on in here. And once I finally saw it in person, 100% happy that I went with the red. I think it looks fantastic. It matches the Rogue red pretty well and some of the other stuff that I have in there. So I went with red, super excited about that. I did pay a little bit extra to have the welded on end caps instead of the plastic rubbery covers that a lot of gym equipment comes with. I like the look of the solid steel there on the end, so that's why I went with that. But black UHMW, you do have the option of white as well, and then obviously the different colors of the piece itself. It is new. The Mutant Metals logo is cut out in the side, and with the black UHMW on the inside, it really pops and it looks fantastic. It just has a little bit more of a striking look. It catches your eye, and I like the logo anyways. So to start off by talking about the build quality, the welds on this are very good. I'm not a welder. I don't know anything about welding. I just know these welds look good and it looks like they're gonna hold up well. So that's the important part. It is extremely sturdy. The UHMW on the inside where it goes on the rack, it is on all three sides, which is good. Some accessories have been known to kind of cheap out on the plastic a little bit, and they only do it on one or two sides. For instance, my Rogue Matador only has it on one side, which I think is ridiculous, but this creates a nice snug fit. So you just drop it in, it's in there. It doesn't have much wiggle to it. Really, that's mostly just the rack that's wiggling. I do have it bolted down, but very good fit. It does have UHMW at the top as well because it does have a storage position. So I'll go ahead and show you that now. Normally you would probably do this without the handles on there because that does add some weight to it. But you just slide it in like so, and it's gonna take up a lot less space. So that's a really cool feature about the Mutant Metals Ultimate Dip Attachment that you're not gonna get on really anything else as far as I'm aware. Perhaps one of the most important things to check out is actually the handle itself. So it's about 35 millimeters. So it's a little bit on the thin side, but honestly, it's pretty much the perfect size. The Rogue Matador has a thicker handle, which I actually don't really like. And it's not too thin that it hurts your hands. 35 millimeters, gonna be about 6 millimeters more than a power bar. So it's gonna be a little bit thicker, a little girthier. I really like that. But as you can see, the knurling on it is just fantastic. We'll give you a close up. The knurling on these bad boys are fantastic, and they also have the knurl marks, so you actually know where you need to place your hands so that they're even on each side. So we'll throw this back in there. It's really easy to take them out. You just slide them in, drop the pin through, and boom. You have 3 different angles that you can do here. If you're a wider guy, you can go on the outside. If you're more narrow, go on the inside. You can use it for pull-ups, you can use it for dips. Really, this is kind of a versatile piece because you're not just doing dips, you can also do pull-ups with it. And because you can move them in closer, it actually makes sense to do. So like I said earlier, this thing is really sturdy. If you try to shake it, it's not going anywhere. It feels really good. The knurling feels fantastic. You're definitely not gonna slip off at all. If anything, it's almost a little on the bitey side. When you do a big set of pull-ups, or a big set of dips rather, when you get down, you're gonna have the knurling marks in your hand, which I actually like. Hopefully you can see that there. Okay, you can't. You're just gonna have to take my word on that. I like that because it means that you're not gonna be slipping off. It's the same thing that I like on a power bar. It's a lot better than the alternative, which is having a too slippery dip attachment that you start to slide off of. Obviously, you don't want to slide off while you're doing dips, but as you can see, it's very stable, which is an important piece. I'm a little out of breath right now, but we'll try some pull-ups next. Pull-ups feel great as well. I really like the angle that these are coming out on the most narrow setting, and then obviously if it's too wide, you can take a step forward and it's gonna get more narrow because it does have a little bit of an angle to it. That feels great. Can't even talk. That feels great for your lats. A lot of people just do the wide pull-ups or chin-ups. If you want good lat development, really you should be looking in the neutral range. In my opinion, at least, that works the best for me. I can really feel my lats engaging. Works great for pull-ups. I'll probably never use the standard pull-up bar over here again, or at least for a while. I'm just gonna be hitting them on the ultimate dip attachment. As you can see, if you put it in the storage position, it's not gonna take up very much room. I would need to play around and figure out where exactly I would want to store it. Because normally I squat from the front and I bench from the back, so I could just switch it around, or I could probably even put it up top. It gives you options. You can put it pretty much wherever you want, especially on this being a 3x3 rack. You can post it, or you can mount it on any side of the post. So that's super helpful as well. One of the coolest features of this dip attachment actually isn't the dip attachment at all, it's the handles. So these have the same size hole as the pin itself that holds the dip attachment up. So that means you can slide these right through the holes on your rack, and they have enough length on the end that you can lock them into position using the pin it comes with. And you're gonna be able to do quite a bit with these. Really, it's just a matter of how creative you are. One of the first things that I thought of is that you could use these as handles for a safety bar squat, making it I believe it's a Hatfeld squat, whatever it's called. I've never actually done them before, but essentially you grab the handles instead of the safety squat bar, and then you can squat just like that. You could put these on the rack and you could do it at the top and use them as pull-up bars, just with a neutral grip coming off the rack. You could probably use them with lever arms somehow. If I had lever arms, you put them in and you could do presses with them. You could do rows that same way. Really, if you can think of a use for these, it's gonna be very helpful because they just come right out and you can use them however you want. So it adds some versatility to the piece. You can do dips, you can do pull-ups, and you have the handles that you can do whatever you can think of with. Now this is a premium product and it does come with a little bit of a premium price tag, anywhere from $300 to $350 shipped. There are a couple different options that you have, so I'm not exactly sure on what the price would be. I'd assume anywhere from probably actually $275 to $350 shipped, but I think it's completely worth it. It's a premium product. The build quality is fantastic. The paint looks good, the finish is good. The knurled handles are the best handles that I've probably ever felt. I hope Mutant Metals does a power bar because I think they would absolutely nail it. This knurling is fantastic, and it's especially great if you're doing dips or pull-ups on here. You also have the added benefit of being able to remove the handle and put it on your rack to do whatever it is that you want to do. It has a storage system built in. You don't have to pay extra like some other companies. You can just flip it around and hang it right up. It also goes in and out of the rack much easier than the other attachment that I have, the Matador from Rogue. I have to fight that thing to get it in through the pins. This thing just slides on there like a J-cup does. Really, it's not any more expensive than some of the fancy J-cups that are out there now. So I think it's totally worth picking one of these up. You can contact Mutant Metals on Instagram or Facebook. I know they're working on their website. I'm not sure if that's up yet, but I absolutely love this thing. I'm excited to use it, and I'm definitely gonna be selling my other one. As always, thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up, or if you found it entertaining, subscribe, because we're gonna have a lot more content very soon. I'm gonna be doing a review on the Rogue Matador and then a comparison of the Rogue Matador with the Mutant Metals Ultimate Dip Attachment. Spoiler alert, this one wins. That's really all there is to it, but I'm gonna go over the nitty-gritty in a future video. It will be coming out very soon. So like I said, hit subscribe so you'll be able to catch that. Check out the podcast, Garage Gym Gainz, on Spotify, as well as a couple other platforms. But until next time, yeah, we still haven't thought of anything for that, so